Life often feels heavy, as if the burdens we carry upon our shoulders are endless, stacking one after another until we can barely breathe. We wake up each morning wondering when relief will finally come, when the storms that cloud our minds will clear, and when peace will once again flow into our hearts. Yet in those moments of exhaustion, when every step forward feels like a mountain to climb, there is something profound happening beneath the surface: growth, transformation, and divine preparation. The universe never places a weight upon us without a purpose. Every hardship is like a sacred fire meant to forge our spirit into something stronger, wiser, and more luminous. Pain is not the enemy, it is the sculptor of our soul, shaping us into the being we are destined to become. Even when the road seems endless, there's always a horizon waiting to be revealed. But how do we know when that long night is finally about to end? How can we sense that our greatest struggle is nearing its resolution? The truth is, the universe always gives signs, gentle whispers through the fabric of our reality, guiding us toward awareness. Those who are still enough to listen will recognize them not through logic, but through the deep resonance of the heart. For the heart understands what the mind cannot yet see. Before we continue, I want to remind you, this journey isn't one you must walk alone. Welcome to ARS Spiritual Vibes, a place where souls like yours gather to reflect, to heal, and to awaken. If you haven't already, take a moment to subscribe and join this growing circle of spiritual wanderers. Together we share insights that lift us beyond fear and into faith. Comment below and share what resonates with you most in your own journey, because your voice might be the light another soul needs to hear. Now, as we return to the flow of this message, remember that every challenge, no matter how dark, holds the seed of its own resolution. The universe has a rhythm, a divine balance that ensures that what begins in chaos always returns to order. The heaviness you feel today isn't forever. It's a bridge. It's the space between endings and beginnings, a sacred pause before the dawn. And sometimes when you're just about to give up, that's the very sign that your breakthrough is near. The universe will start sending subtle signals, a sudden peace within chaos, a synchronicity that defies logic, or the quiet awareness that something within you has shifted. Those are not coincidences, they're confirmations from the divine that the cycle is closing and a new chapter is waiting to open. One of the most powerful signs that your hardest trials are coming to an end is emotional maturity, a quiet evolution within the soul. You no longer react as you once did. The things that used to ignite your anger or fear now seem small, distant, almost insignificant. That's not numbness, that's wisdom. You've learned to observe rather than absorb, to respond rather than react. It means your energy has evolved, your frequency has lifted beyond the reach of what once triggered you. Emotional storms that once controlled your days now pass like gentle clouds, and you realize that peace is not something given by the world, but something cultivated from within. This is the universe's way of saying, you're ready. When chaos no longer controls you, you've transcended it. You become like the calm eye of the storm, unshaken while the world still spins around you. This shift is a divine graduation, a recognition that the lessons you once needed to repeat have finally been learned. And because of that, life begins to rearrange itself in your favor. The universe moves its pieces quietly, but precisely aligning everything toward your next chapter because your spirit has proven its readiness to receive. The second sign is a deep inner peace that arrives without explanation. You might wake up one day and realize that what once broke you no longer has the same power. The fear that used to paralyze you is replaced by faith. The doubt that clouded your heart dissolves into acceptance. It's as though a quiet stillness has descended upon your soul, whispering, "You made it through." This peace isn't the absence of problems, it's the awareness that problems no longer define you. You begin to see pain as a teacher rather than a punishment. You forgive people who never apologize, release situations that no longer serve your growth, and trust that the universe has been orchestrating everything perfectly, even the chaos. This serenity is not weak, it is sacred strength. It is the knowing that your worth has never been determined by your struggles, but by the grace with which you rise from them. The universe mirrors that shift back to you. You start attracting harmony, compassion, and new opportunities that match your elevated frequency. You notice that life flows more easily, not because circumstances have changed, but because you have changed. You've learned that resistance delays blessings, but surrender opens every door. Then comes the third sign, The arrival of new opportunities, subtle yet profound invitations from the universe to step into a brighter reality. These opportunities may come disguised as coincidences, unexpected meetings, or sudden ideas that ignite your inspiration. Perhaps someone offers you a job that aligns with your deeper calling, or you cross paths with a mentor who helps you see your potential more clearly. It could even be the birth of a creative vision, a project that seems divinely guided. Whatever form it takes, understand this: these are not random events. The universe doesn't operate on chance, it operates on alignment. When your inner vibration shifts, external doors begin to open. The old cycles close because you've already learned what they were meant to teach. Now that energy that once held you in place transforms into momentum. That's when you realize endings are not punishments, they're invitations. Every door that closes is preparing you for the one that leads to your higher path. So when life begins presenting you with new choices, say yes. Step forward in faith, for you have earned this moment. The universe rewards those who keep walking even when they can't yet see where the path leads.
When the universe begins to release you from one chapter, it often does so by allowing certain things to fall away. People, habits, and even dreams you once held tightly may begin to dissolve from your reality. It can feel unsettling, even painful, as though you're losing parts of yourself. But in truth, you are being refined. The shedding is necessary. It is a purification of your path. Old attachments cannot travel with you into new frequencies of being. So the universe will begin to clear your energy field, not as punishment, but as preparation. Relationships that no longer align will drift apart, and routines that once comforted you will lose their spark. At first, you may resist, desperately trying to hold on to what once was. Yet as you let go, something miraculous happens. Clarity begins to bloom where confusion once lived. You start to see that what left you was never meant to stay, and what remains is what truly resonates with your soul's evolution. This process, though silent, is sacred. It is the rebirth of your identity, sculpted not by what you own or who surrounds you, but by who you are becoming. When you begin to accept the letting go, you create room for divine expansion, a space where grace, opportunity, and abundance can finally enter. At this stage, your intuition becomes louder, clearer, and more precise. It's as if your inner voice, once faint and drowned by external noise, now speaks with the authority of truth. You'll begin to notice subtle messages everywhere, numbers repeating in patterns, songs that play at just the right moment, dreams that feel more vivid than reality. These are not coincidences, but coded messages from the universe, confirmations that you are walking in alignment with your purpose. Intuition becomes your compass, a sacred whisper guiding you through uncertainty. You no longer need to seek validation from the outside world because you trust the silent language of your inner knowing. It's a dialogue between your soul and the infinite. And when you trust that dialogue, you'll find yourself making decisions with confidence, no longer hesitating between fear and faith. Every step feels guided. Every pause feels meaningful. This is the universe saying, you've learned to listen. And that skill, that sensitivity to your higher self, becomes your greatest protection. Because now, even when life appears chaotic, you are attuned to divine order beneath it all. You understand that intuition isn't merely a feeling. It's the voice of your destiny speaking directly through you. As you continue to ascend through the layers of spiritual growth, another beautiful transformation begins. The awakening of gratitude. No longer do you see challenges as curses or losses as failures. You begin to perceive everything as part of a divine choreography designed to elevate you. Gratitude shifts the very chemistry of your being. It transforms scarcity into abundance, fear into trust, and despair into awareness. You find yourself thanking the universe even for the storms, because you now recognize that those storms were not meant to destroy you, but to cleanse you. Each obstacle becomes a mirror, revealing your resilience, your strength, and your capacity to love even when things fall apart. The heart that once broke now beats with reverence, understanding that pain and beauty have always been companions on the same path. And as gratitude deepens, your energy radiates differently. People notice, situations respond, opportunities unfold effortlessly, not because you chase them, but because your vibration attracts them naturally. The universe cannot resist the magnetism of a grateful heart. It responds with even more to be thankful for. Gratitude then becomes your quiet prayer, your way of saying, I trust the process. And in that trust, miracles begin to find their way to you. The ninth sign that your most difficult trials are nearing their end is the growing ability to find beauty in simplicity. You begin to notice how the sun filters gently through the leaves, how silence carries a sacred hum, how even an ordinary day can feel extraordinary when approached with awareness. You stop searching for happiness in grand moments and start discovering it in the quiet corners of your life. This awareness is not accidental. It's the product of inner expansion. The universe teaches us that true peace isn't hidden in faraway destinations or achievements, but in the ability to be fully present here and now. When you start seeing life through this lens, everything becomes sacred. Every conversation, every breath, every heartbeat. You begin to realize that heaven was never somewhere else. It has always been a state of perception, waiting for you to awaken to it. The same reality that once felt dull now vibrates with meaning. Colors appear brighter, people seem kinder, and time itself begins to soften. You start to live slowly, deliberately, with intention. And in this slowing down, you meet yourself. Not the self defined by roles or responsibilities, but the infinite self that simply is. That is the essence of awakening. Finally, there is a moment when you realize that your journey, the pain, the loss, the confusion, has brought you to a place of deep compassion. You look at others with gentler eyes, understanding that everyone is carrying invisible battles. You stop judging so quickly and start loving more fully. You no longer seek revenge or validation because you understand that true power lies in peace. This compassion is not weakness, it's divine strength. It's the energy of one who has walked through fire and emerged with empathy instead of bitterness. You realize that the very struggles that once felt unfair have become the training ground for your spiritual heart. You are now capable of holding space for others in their darkness because you've navigated your own. This expansion of love is the universe's greatest sign that you've reached the end of one karmic cycle and the beginning of a new one. Your soul has matured, your spirit has deepened, and now life begins to align itself with this higher frequency. You'll notice that as you radiate compassion, the world mirrors it back through kindness, synchronicities, and opportunities that carry the fragrance of divine timing. This is not the end of your story, but the awakening of your true purpose.
As the layers of your old self continue to fall away, the 11th sign of nearing the end of your hardest trials emerges, a stronger connection to your purpose. There comes a moment when everything you've endured begins to make sense, like puzzle pieces finally falling into place. You start to see the divine architecture behind every setback, every heartbreak, every delay. You realize that the pain was not meant to break you, but to awaken you to what truly matters. Your desires become more refined, no longer driven by ego or validation, but by authenticity and service. You crave meaning rather than approval, contribution rather than control. This clarity is a sacred gift from the universe, a quiet,
but undeniable confirmation that you've stepped onto the path you were always meant to walk. The chaos that once confused you has now become a compass, pointing you toward your soul mission. Every talent, every wound, every experience now serves a higher narrative, one that aligns with your spirit's true design. You no longer chase your destiny, you embody it. The universe doesn't have to push you anymore because you've learned to move in harmony with its rhythm. That is the mark of true evolution, when you no longer fight the current but flow with divine will, knowing that you are both the wave and the ocean. The 12th sign appears through synchronicity, those magical coincidences that make you pause and whisper, "This can't be random." Perhaps you think of someone just before they reach out to you, or you see repeating numbers like 1111, 222, or 333 everywhere you go. Maybe a stranger says something that directly answers a silent prayer in your heart. These are not coincidences, they're divine alignments, signals from the universe reminding you that you are exactly where you need to be. Synchronicities serve as spiritual breadcrumbs, guiding you gently toward your next step. When you start experiencing them frequently, it's a message that you've entered into alignment, that your vibration now matches the reality your soul has been calling for. You'll feel a sense of flow, as if unseen hands are helping you arrange the pieces of your life. Even obstacles start to feel purposeful, as though they're redirecting you rather than stopping you. And in those moments of recognition, you feel a deep sense of trust, a knowing that something larger than you is orchestrating every detail perfectly. That awareness is liberation. You stop worrying about outcomes and begin to live in alignment with intuition, letting the rhythm of the universe carry you where you are meant to go. With the 13th sign, you begin to experience a profound shift in your relationship with time. You stop rushing, you stop forcing. The endless anxiety of when and how begins to fade. You no longer see delays as denials, but as divine timing at work. You start understanding that everything unfolds with perfect precision, not a second too early, not a moment too late. This understanding brings serenity. You begin to live more presently, savoring the simple act of being rather than constantly striving to become. It's as if the ticking clock of life slows down, allowing you to breathe and trust that what is meant for you will never pass you by. This sense of divine timing also transforms your patience. Instead of impatience, you feel peace. Instead of restlessness, you feel grounded. You no longer measure progress by speed, but by depth, by how deeply you are living each moment. And in this awareness, you discover that patience isn't about waiting, it's about trusting. Trusting that the seed planted within you will bloom exactly when the season is right. When this realization takes root in your heart, you stop chasing destiny, and destiny starts finding you effortlessly, like rivers flowing toward the ocean of your becoming. The 14th sign manifests through an unexpected lightness of being. You might notice yourself laughing more, smiling more often, or simply feeling lighter, even without external reason. It's not because life has suddenly become easier, but because you have changed. The weight you once carried, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, begins to dissolve. You no longer identify with your suffering, you simply witness it and let it go. This lightness is the soul's natural state returning to the surface after years of heaviness. It's as if the universe is rewarding you with freedom. Freedom of fear, freedom of self-doubt, freedom from the illusions that once clouded your truth. You begin to move through life with grace, even when challenges arise. The energy of surrender takes over, and everything feels smoother, more effortless. You realize that you don't need to control every outcome, you just need to stay aligned. And as you embrace this lightness, you start to attract joy. People feel at peace around you, opportunities open naturally, and synchronicities multiply. This is not luck, it's energetic alignment. It's what happens when the weight of the past is released and the soul begins to dance again with the rhythm of the divine. The 15th sign comes in the form of renewed self-love. Not the surface-level kind that's spoken of casually, but the deep, sacred recognition of your own worth as a soul in evolution.
You begin to see yourself not as broken or unworthy, but as a divine being who has walked through darkness and still chosen light. You stop apologizing for your existence and start honoring it. Every scar becomes a symbol of survival, every wound a portal of wisdom. You start nurturing your inner world, speaking to yourself with kindness, setting boundaries without guilt, and giving yourself the patience you once reserved only for others. This kind of self-love is transformative because it shifts your vibration entirely. When you honor yourself, the universe mirrors that energy back to you. Opportunities that once eluded you begin to appear. Relationships become more balanced, and your outer world starts to reflect the respect you've learned to give yourself. This isn't arrogance, it's divine alignment. When you love yourself deeply, you're no longer dependent on external validation. You become whole, radiant, and magnetic. And in that wholeness, you understand one profound truth. You never needed to be more, you only needed to remember who you already are.
The 16th sign that your heaviest trials are coming to an end is the emergence of courage, a quiet but powerful confidence that rises within you. It's not the loud, boastful kind of bravery that seeks recognition, but the calm assurance that you can face anything and still remain whole. You begin to act from faith rather than fear. You make decisions that once terrified you, not because you suddenly know all the answers, but because you trust that you'll figure it out along the way. That's the divine evolution of courage. It's no longer about conquering the world, but about trusting yourself enough to take the next step. This newfound bravery transforms the way you live. You stop playing small, stop dimming your light, and stop postponing your purpose. You realize that the very fears that once paralyzed you were illusions, shadows cast by your old limitations. And as you step forward in faith, life begins to rearrange itself around your boldness. The universe loves movement. When you take one step toward your destiny, unseen forces take 10 steps toward you. That's the beauty of courage born from spiritual maturity. It's not reckless, it's radiant. You no longer ask, "What if I fail?" Instead, you whisper, "What if I fly?" And you leap. The 17th sign unfolds through forgiveness, a deep soul-level release that unchains your heart from the past. You begin to understand that forgiveness isn't about condoning what was done to you, but about freeing yourself from the weight of resentment. Holding on to anger only binds you to the very pain you wish to escape. So the universe gently guides you toward release, whispering, "Let it go. It no longer defines you." And when you do, something miraculous happens. Your energy expands. The heaviness you didn't even realize you were carrying begins to lift, replaced by peace that feels almost otherworldly. You stop replaying old wounds and instead bless them for the lessons they carried. This doesn't mean you forget, it means you remember with compassion. Forgiveness doesn't erase the story, it changes your relationship to it. And that change transforms your vibration entirely. You open yourself to new love, new opportunities, and new possibilities that once couldn't enter because your heart was closed. The universe always rewards forgiveness because it's the highest act of trust. Trust that the divine justice of life always finds balance. When you forgive, you declare, "I choose freedom over bitterness." That declaration echoes through the cosmos, aligning you with serenity and strength. The 18th sign reveals itself through the clarity of your vision. You begin to see not only where you've been, but where you're going. The fog that once clouded your path begins to lift, and you can finally glimpse the beauty of your own unfolding. The uncertainty that once haunted you now feels like a distant memory, replaced by direction and purpose. You no longer chase every distraction or seek approval from every voice. Instead, you move with intentionality, each action flowing from your higher awareness. This clarity is not just mental, but spiritual. It feels as if your soul's compass has finally calibrated, pointing you toward your divine north. You start making decisions that align with your highest good, even if they require letting go of comfort. And though others may not understand your choices, you stand firm because your peace now matters more than their approval. This is the phase where your reality begins to mirror your inner growth. You find yourself drawn to experiences that nurture your soul rather than drain it. It's the universe's way of saying, you're ready to live consciously now. With each step, you realize that clarity isn't about knowing the entire path, it's about trusting that the next step will always appear when you're aligned with your truth. As your spirit continues to expand, the 19th sign comes in the form of creative rebirth. You begin to feel inspired again, ideas flow, dreams return, and energy begins to move through you like music. This is the universe breathing new life into your purpose. The emptiness you once felt becomes fertile soil for creation. You might find yourself writing, painting, teaching, or building something that feels divinely inspired. It's as though the divine has placed a spark in your heart and whispered, now is the time. This creativity isn't limited to art. It's the energy of life itself flowing freely through you. You begin to co-create your reality consciously, turning pain into power, loss into wisdom, and dreams into tangible form. The universe expresses itself through you because your vessel is now clear. You've done the work, the healing, the forgiving, the letting go, and now creation becomes your natural state. Every idea feels like a prayer in motion. Every act of creativity becomes an offering of gratitude. And as you express, you heal even deeper. That's the alchemy of the awakened soul. You no longer wait for life to inspire you, you become the inspiration. And now, beloved soul, as we reach the 20th and final sign, know this: when your trials are truly nearing an end, a profound sense of oneness begins to awaken within you. You no longer feel separate from life, but part of something vast, intelligent, and infinitely loving. You start to see that everything, the joy, the pain, the loss, the rebirth, has been a sacred design to bring you home to yourself. You realize that the universe has never been against you. It has always been for you, guiding your evolution through every storm and silence. This awareness brings tears, gratitude, and awe at once. You feel the divine pulse of creation within your heartbeat, whispering, "You made it. You are free." And in this moment, I want to say thank you for walking this journey with me, for choosing to grow when it would have been easier to give up, for believing in your light. I want to say one more time, thank you for walking this journey with me, for choosing to grow when it would have been easier to give up, and for believing in your light. If this message has touched your heart, take a moment to subscribe to ARS Spiritual Vibes, a sanctuary for souls like yours walking together toward higher truth. Leave a comment below saying, "I am ready to receive my new beginning," as your affirmation to the universe. Remember, your story isn't over, it's just beginning, and the best is yet to come.